Is that better? Can you hear me? Is that better? Hello? Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. This is Susan, and I am Kasai's sister, and it is July, which means it's time for a takeover. We started these takeovers once a month when I realized I had her logins and I could just take over her channel. And then we just kept doing it, and now we're just doing it. So I tend to gear towards stuff a little bit different than her. I like messenger bags and office supplies and stuff like that. Okay. Does my sound good now? Sorry, I had muted both. Hi, everyone. Anime, Jasmine, Ellie, Patricia, Corinne got into the lens. Oh my goodness, it's going to be such a fun retreat. Patricia, Mimsy. Okay, awesome. Great. Well, thanks for joining, guys. We're going to make a fun bag today, I hope. I don't promise we'll get through the whole thing, but we might. It just kind of depends how many oopsies and how many fixes we have. You know how it goes. I spent 3 hours yesterday edge painting to prep for the straps and the flap, thinking I was going to save time, and I ruined it. I ruined them. The paint, I was trying to make brown, and I made like a sludge diarrhea green, and then I thought, well, I'll just use blue. And you guys, it's so embarrassing. I can't even, well, maybe I will show you. It's so bad. So finally at midnight, I thought, forget it, I'm going to bed. So we're going to make a new strap first without edge paint, and I cut off the edge of the flap. I'll show you what I did to fix the flap. So in my practice one, this bag, the pattern, you can make it raw edge and you can paint it or not paint it, or you can do material where you turn it. I just decided to do the raw edge one just for something different because I had never done that before. And so I'm not sure if you can see the black edge paint on this. It looks really, really awesome. The black looks amazing. So wish I had a brown. And then of course the straps also, you have the option to edge paint straps if you want. The one we're doing today is not edge painted since we're starting from scratch. So let's see if I can get it in the camera. So this is all just edge painted black, but it wouldn't matter. You'll see today the difference between edge painted and not edge painted. Aren't these the coolest straps ever? They're so cool. This might be my new way of making straps. Okay, so the Joseph bag has a flap at the front. It's meant to be like for men, but I tend to like more masculine bags, I guess. So there's this pocket in here. It's a slip pocket, but then there's also more. So it's like double pocket, so that my phone can fit in there. There's a little key ring that we're gonna do right there. And then on the inside, we have a zipper pocket and a slip pocket, and then another pocket on the other side. And then in the back, but wait, there's more. There's another slip pocket. Isn't that cool? Cool back. So, no further ado, let's do what we do. My computer one might shake, and if it does, I'll put it on something else. Just tell me if it does. Okay, so hopefully you can see down on the other camera. I'm going to use this webbing that I got from Kasaya, and I have the different prep things you have to do. You get a piece and you just wrap it around a 1.5-inch rectangle ring. Okay, you need 2 of those, and then 2 of these little shapes. And I went ahead and just put a little Decaville. I just glued Decaville on the back because it doesn't matter. We're just going to wrap it and rivet it anyways. And then there's these 2. I left one undone so you can see. It's just a loop of fabric. I sewed it together and then I taped it down. And now I just have to turn this one. Whoa, it's rolling away. To turn this one out. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, Mimsy, the edge paint was amazing until it wasn't. Huh. The black one was amazing. The one I tried yesterday was so bad. It was so bad. And then you need a 1.5-inch slider and some swivel that would be the same size as this one. Now, on my practice one, I kept trimming and figuring it out, and I just found a swivel clip that fit because I kind of messed up, but I thought it's fine. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So the first thing we're gonna do is, this is glued on right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna stitch just around it right there. Here's to hoping. You never know what you're gonna get on these days, do ya? You never know what you're gonna get. All right. But I love messenger bags. I don't, it's like they're my spirit animal bag. I don't know. Is that a thing? It is now. Okay. I'm just going to protect this and also make it kind of big. Ah, well, that wasn't great. But it's also not the end of the world. Okay. So just, I don't even know if you can see the stitching because it's matching. Hi, Saya. How's it going? How did you get your points to even and straight? And what keeps them from rolling over time? Well, the one I did was edge painted, so it's very stiff. This one is not going to be edge painted, so I make no promises as to what it will do over time. I think it would be better if it was edge painted. If I wasn't doing a video today, I would have waited, order brown, edge painted it first. But if I just have to redo the strap part, I can just redo that part. Right? Because you could just harvest all the hardware. That one had a funky stitch in it when I was going over the hardware. But we're going to call it art. It's art, baby. All right. So next you're going to take Jasmine says, hi, Asian. You're on the Peloton? Kasaya, I'm so proud of you. You've been saying you wanted to do that. All right. So we're going to have to rivet. We're riveting this next one into place, okay? And so I might do glue too, just to kind of make sure it's good. So you're going to take your template that's got where to mark the rivets. So I'm just going to mark my rivets in, punch the holes, and then I'll know where to punch it in the big one too. So I'm just going to mark it. And while I'm at it, I'll do my other one. From a very hot UK. Oh, I can relate. From the very hot desert, I can relate. But I'm inside with air conditioning right now, so it's all good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my swivel clip onto this part. And just kidding, I'm going to punch these holes first. punch, 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 punch. Okay, now I'm going to take my swivel clip. I'm going to put it on here and I'm going to make sure it's even. All right, I'm going to eyeball it. Make sure it all matches up. Get it where I want it. Perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to mark the rivets for this middle part so I can go all the way through it. And same for the other one. Hi, Yvette. 100 in Temecula, yeah. Where I live, if it's not 100 in the summer, well, it's always 100. If it's only 100, then we're good. It's when it gets up to 110, 115 that we start regretting our lives. Okay, now I'm going to punch holes in this part. My daughter and her 2 friends wanted to go mini golfing last night. So my friend and I took them, and we didn't want to just leave them there by themselves. So we decided to do some things while they were mini golfing. So we went to the batting cage, which was ridiculously fun. I'm definitely gonna have to go back. We went to the little boats where you get in the water and then you squirt each other. And there was no one else in line. It was just us doing it. So yeah. It was so fun. All right, I'm just making sure all my holes are punched through. Oh, and then we did go-karts. I was feeling so much joy. I was smiling and laughing, and I was like, wow, I must be 12 years old because this was more fun than I've had in a while. And then we played some video games. Kasaya, if you're still listening, I introduced Carrie to the Basketball Connect 4 game that you and I are obsessed with. She beat me almost every time. Bam. It was fun. I was seriously like laughing and smiling. And my go-kart, all the singles were taken, so I had to take a double, and the doubles are slower. So I couldn't pass anyone, but I know how to do a good line of driving. And so I literally blocked everyone out. Nobody could get through. I couldn't pass them, but I could block them all. It was very satisfying. Yes, Yvette, the pattern for this strap comes with a pattern for this bag. It's like there's 2, when you buy this bag, you get the pattern bag, and then there's a download for the straps that goes with it. Okay, so now I've got all my holes punched where I want them. All right, and I'm just putting my, hopefully you can see this, I'm putting my swivel clip on. Boom. I forgot to put do not disturb on. Let me do that real quick. Okay. There's one. Let's do the other now. Yeah, and when the kids got done with their mini golf, we're like, don't you guys want to know what we were doing? I think they assumed we were just sitting there on a bench. They're like, what? We're like, we did batting cage, we did the bumper boats, we did golf carts. They're like, I mean, go-karts. Are like, what? We're like, yeah. It's pretty funny. All right. Now I did not contrasting colors this time. But that's the connector. So let me just do the little rivet press real quick. Okay. Now I am going to need 4 more rivets. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, I have exactly 4 more rivets. That's awesome. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our little sleeves that we made. It's just a loop. Okay, and I'm going to slip it onto one end of the strap. And I just have to look at the picture to make sure I have it facing the right way. Let me see if I can get this camera slightly different because I'm having to lean in a lot. Okay, so then I'm going to take my slider. No. I'm going to go through and up. Okay, like that. And then you're going to bring this down. And now, you know what I'm going to do? Do you see how it's fraying so much? I'm going to trim it and burn it one more time. And then we're going to put this little sleeve that we made right up and over it. And that's what hides the raw ends. It's pretty ingenious. Hi, April. Okay. Okay, so you're going to bring this. So I've got my raw end here, and I've got my sleeve here, and I'm just going to pull my sleeve up on top of it. Okay. And I made my sleeve kind of a little bit tighter than they suggested. And maybe I shouldn't have, but I just wanted a really snug fit. I just thought it would lay nice, and it does. Just takes a little doing. Okay, now I like to look in and see where that raw end is in there, because I want to make sure I catch it with the rivets. Go up a little bit more. It's hard to hold it. Okay, so that's covering it right there. And I'm going to put 2 rivets in it. One rivet. Instead of writing sister, you should write the takeover. It's the takeover. Okay, so now I'm just gonna press that real quick. Okay. Now I'm going to take this end up and through. I have to think about this. Sorry, this will take me just a minute. and over. Sorry, I'm not showing you in my, okay. So I am on the other end now. I'm going to string in this side. Okay, and I'm going to take it through and over. Like, so now we have that. All right. Then I'm going to finish this other end the exact same way. So I'm going to put the sleeve on. Put this on. I'm going to trim. I'm going to burn. And I'm just trying to get this sleeve up and over. Like I said, it's a little snug. My seam allowance might have been a little bit too much there, but once I get it on there, it's going to fit so good. Just makes it harder to scoot it without pushing the strap. I want the strap to stay still. My glasses match the strap. It's true. I'm doing a blue bag today and I have blue glasses. I totally planned it. I did. Okay, and I'm looking inside because once again, I need to make sure the strap is far enough inside of this that when I rivet it, it's going to actually catch the strap. Otherwise, kind of defeated the whole purpose of this. There we are. Okay. Make sure it's the way you want it. Punchy punch, rivet, rivet, done. Punch. Punch. I know, I love these straps too, you guys. They add a lot, don't they? Okay, let me go rivet this. And there you go. There it is. Isn't that cool? Okay, we'll set that aside. That will be for later. And let's make a bag. Like I said, the other bag I made, I edge painted, and it was, I think, I mean, I want to say it was way better. Like it feels more sturdy and all that. So I actually might come back and redo that and edge paint it when I get some brown. Oh, you know what's funny is I have my phone sitting here and I have my cord sitting here, but it's not plugged in. Just a second. My dog came by earlier and knocked all my cords and unplugged everything. He said I was in his way. Okay, so here we go. We are making, that was the strap. And now we are making the Joseph bag pattern by Shamballa. So I'm going to go right in the order of the pattern so that if you are making the pattern, hopefully it will just kind of go along with it. Before I start this part, I need to turn on my heat press because once we do the front panel, we have to put some Decadil light on it. So let me just plug that in real quick. I didn't want to plug it in before because it heats up the whole house, it feels like. Okay. So we're going to start with our organizer pocket. So I'm using um surprise surprise, all Tulip Bee and Saya Swag. It's just my go-to. I don't know what to say. Um so I'm using Smoothie Smooth. This is Smoothie Smooth from Tulip Bee. I'm using that for my interior. I'm using a little bit of Wonderground water resistant canvas for one. And then I'm using her, it's a smooth vinyl, and I know there's a name for it, and I'm sorry that I don't know it. I'm using smooth vinyl as the brown, and then the blue is the Persuade Me. So it's like a faux suede. Where can you purchase a pattern? On I purchased it on her site, and her site is Shamballa Bag Designs. And someone was asking if there's a strap. Um, so it comes with also little instructions for the strap. So there you go. All right, so we're gonna make an organizer pocket that goes right inside the front cover. Okay, so for this part, what you need, let me get all my pieces ready to go. First thing you need is the organizer pocket exterior. You're going to be placing this key fob thing right on it. Okay, so we're just going to make a marking so I know. It tells you exactly where to place it, so it won't be in the way of anything. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I had the brown thread in for my strap stuff, but I actually am doing blue for this, for most of it. Let's just do that real quick. Got my bobbins all ready to go. Yeah, this pocket we're about to do is a pretty cool little feature that when you open the front flap and there's a slip pocket, but then you look in it further and there's more pockets inside of a pocket. It's like the pocket had babies and there's little pockets inside of it. It's a kangaroo. That's what it is. And I don't know how if the camera's going to show it, but my nails are blue and my fingers are blue. It's from my edge painting fiasco last night. It's fine. Hey, Gabriella, would you mind grabbing me a water bottle, please?
There's no water bottles in there.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back.
You don't have to. Go take a shower first. I'm good.
No, it's okay.
Okay, thank you. It's very nice of you. How do you get the patterns into the booklet? I bought a spiral binding machine. It punches the holes, and then I just twist the spiral thing on or clasp it, depending on what kind it is. I got it on Amazon. I had so many patterns, but I also have a lot of music that I'm constantly having to go and get paid to get bound. And I thought, well, this is crazy. All the money I'm spending to make such, it was, both those things. Oh, it's still Amazon Prime Day. You might be able to get one for cheap today, actually. Today might be the day to buy one of those. It's about this big. It just sits on a dresser upstairs. Thank you. Okay, I'm just basting my key fob on real quick. I actually messed up and I used the wrong piece for the key fob and I folded it over too many times. The one in the pattern is like the one in my example. It's thicker, wider, and so the clasp is bigger. But I thought, oh well. Okay, so you just put that on first, okay? And then you're gonna take this organizer pocket contrast band, all right? And you're gonna put it face down on top and you're gonna sew that together. And then we're gonna flip that and top stitch. big bump. Hmm. All right, you're going to flip that with the seam allowance towards the top and top stitch. Yeah, my key fob I did that was the wrong size is a problem because it's too thick. So that's why my machine doesn't want to go over it. That's why she calls for a flatter one. It's not the end of the world, but that's why it's struggling. Okay, so I've got my contrast band on. Next, I'm going to take the organizer pocket lining, which I just did in this same lining material. Okay, and I'm going to go right sides to right sides, and I'm going to sew that together. And then I'm going to flip that one up and top stitch that one. So right sides to right sides. And here we go. All right. Stitch that now. Same idea. So right sides to right sides, flip, top stitch 2 times in a row. So you have this big panel. Pretty cool way to make this pocket. This bag has some actually fun methods in it that I think, oh, that'd be fun to add to anything. Okay, now you're gonna take, now you've got this, okay, and you're gonna fold. I'm using an 18 needle, and my top stitch or my stitching length right now is 4.5. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get some clips real quick. Where'd I put my clips? There they are. And you're just folding it all the way down to where the bottom meets up. All right. I can smell my heat press. Okay, now that I've got it folded over, you're just gonna take this and you're gonna just top stitch across the top, and that's gonna keep it folded permanently. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now you've got this, and you're going to take next your organizer pocket front bottom. It's called organizer pocket front bottom, and I labeled mine because there were so many pieces that were so similar. And you're going to just line it up, and you're going to baste around so that you're attaching these 2 layers together. You know what? I don't know why I'm not clipping this. I should clip it. It's so slippery. Okay, and I'm just gonna baste, 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 baste. Just starting and stopping where that pocket trim is at the top, or almost the top. Okay. Next, we're going to make some divider lines. There. And there. Just so I can divide this pocket up a little bit. So I'm just gonna come on up from the bottom. Okay, and I'll do the other pocket. And this will fit like, you know, pens and pencils. Ooh. And then the pocket that's left over fits my phone. I tested it on the other one. So you have one big pocket for a phone, two smaller pockets that you could put either your sunglasses in backwards or you could put pens and pencils in. Okay, I like this bag too, Ellie. It's a good one. All right, next, once you've got your organizer pocket ready to go, you're gonna put you're gonna put wings on it because we're gonna expand it a little bit. So you're just gonna go right sides together and you're gonna attach these wings. And then you're gonna turn that one out and top stitch. Okay, same thing for the other side. You're just gonna go right sides together, the wing to the side of the front organizer pocket. And turn and top stitch. Just a minute. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. The heat press said, "Hey, lady, did you forget about me?" The answer is no. Okay. There's that. And then you're going to attach a part, but I'm realizing I didn't mark it yet. So this is the front panel top right here. You love my t-shirt? Thank you. I designed these shirts for Kasaya's event. The swag dash. We're going to be making a marking at the top of this because this is a drop-in lining. And we'll need this marking later. It's just easier to mark it now before you sew it on everything. Okay. I have to constantly clean up, otherwise it gets really out of control. All right, so now we're going to go right sides to right sides on this part and turn that up in top stitch. All right, turn it up. Turn it up. All right. I was going to sing Sweet Home Alabama. I always forget which way I like it to go. This way. Okay. Now we're going to just make sure the seam allowance is towards the top. And we're going to top stitch that, baby. And I hope you indulge me, but I feel like this piece is begging for a double top stitch. Am I right? It says, please, I deserve another. It really does. Ooh, that's pretty. If you're ever sad, I just want you to get a piece of fabric and do a double row of stitching. Trust me. It is pretty incredible. Okay. It just feels good. So there we go. There's our front panel. Okay. So now I'm going to turn it to the back and I've got my line here and I'm going to make sure that I don't go on the line. And I'm going to take my Decaville light and I'm going to center it and come up to the line. And I'm going to go put this on real quick. I'll be back. Okay, there's our front panel. I've got Decaville on the back. Okay, put that aside for just a second. Now you're going to take your front slip pocket. I already went ahead and put the female magnetic snaps on just to save time. Okay. Kalisha, how are you? Well, it's true. A good double stitch it'll do it. Okay, so I'm going to put these right sides together. At the top, I'm going to go zippity doo dah, flip it, and go zippity a. There's a lot of that in this assembly. Just right sides together, flip it, stitch. Right sides together, flip it, stitch. If you have time, do a double top stitch because it'll make you so happy. So happy. So this is making the front slip pocket of the whole bag. And that organizer pocket's going to fit behind it. Okay, now I'm going to pull this. Grab my seam roller. Actually, man, I think I'm just going to work with my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to come across the top here. Just going to kind of roll out this seam. All right. And I feel like the angle's not great on this. Is it? Can you even see what I'm doing? When are you going to sell your bags? I don't know who would buy my bags, Ellie. You can make your own bag. It's so funny. Ellie, would you really buy a bag for me? Be honest. I feel like you guys would never want to because you see all the mistakes I make. I'm like, oops, oops. Okay. I'm going to warn you guys right now. This one needs a double stitch. It's the front. And if the front can't have a double stitch, then what is the point of a double stitch, right? It's like one braid is good, but two braids, it's better. It's better. Okay. Just indulge me for a minute. It's the fact that I made it. Okay, well, we'll see. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. If that doesn't get your heart going, I don't know what will. All right, there we go. That's the front. Now we're going to take the panel that we made. We're going to lay it face up on the table. We're going to take our slip pocket that we just made and we're going to lay it over it. And we're going to clippity clip. Clip, clip, clippity clip. And we're going to base this all the way around. The layers are not lining up perfectly because I've gone a little bit fast. That's okay. All right, here we go. Oops, I missed a little bit. My foot got a little heavy on the pedal. I might have to come around and do one more pass of that. That's okay. Yeah, I just missed. Oops, clips are flying, everyone. Watch out. It's raining clips. It's raining clips. Hallelujah. Just got one of the layers shifted in one of the steps, and I'm just kind of trimming it down because it'll be hidden in the next part. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. There she is. So that's the front of it. You go, zoop, and look, extra pockets, a big slip pocket, one for the phone, a little clippy thing for your keys or whatever you want. Isn't that cute? All right. Say goodbye to that part. Next, I went ahead and made this flap ahead of time because I was going to edge paint, and I spent hours edge painting. And I had the sides all perfectly cut. I even put a little extra layer of vinyl in between these two layers so there'd be a thick edge to edge paint. And then I messed it up. And then I had to do another stitch around the edge, and then I cut off all the edge paint. So this flap will be slightly more narrow than it calls for, but it's not the end of the world. And so the way you make this flap is that you take this accent piece and you just lay it right on top. And she has you do a stitch right here first. That's 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And then you place this one, you place the magnetic snaps in the back part. Okay. And there's Decaville in between it. You place them wrong sides together. And then you go and you stitch around the whole thing. Okay. You stitch around the whole thing and you do it at 1/4 of an inch. And then you trim off 1/8 of an inch. And so that you have a nice, edge. And so it doesn't have to be edge painted. I just thought it would look on my other one I did and I loved it. So this one's just going to be non-edge painted, but I might come back later and at least seal it, put some base and top coat on it just so it doesn't fray, just clear. I might do that. And I can do that after because it's still going to be showing. I did go ahead and put a tag on it. Isn't that so cool? It matched perfectly. Jade made those for me. I thought, ooh, that's a perfect one. Okay, so um, I did that off camera for those reasons because I was trying to edge paint. And as y'all know, that went really well. False, it did not. It was a disaster. It honestly looked so bad. Okay, so now you're going to put a top strip right side up on your table. Okay, and you're going to take your flap. You're also going to put the flap right side up, and you're going to put it centered. Center, center. All right. And then you're going to take a back panel. It's called a back panel bottom. And you're going to put this back panel bottom right side down, matching your centers. And then you're just going to come along and clip that together. You're going to sew across the top. And then we're going to flip and top stitch. Do you sense a theme? You're glad I'm choosing? Well, I was trying to be brave, Corinne. I thought I can do it. And the black one worked out. Okay. here we go. We're just sewing together the top at the full seam allowance, and then we're going to be flipping one of the layers up, if I remember correctly. And then we're going to attach Decaville on the back of this one. Oh, you know what I should have done? And I can do it real quick. I didn't mark this contrasting band. It needs a mark on it for the drop in later. I think. I'm going to mark it just in case. Just in case. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip up. See if I can do this right. This stays like this. Okay, so this stays like this, and you're going to flip just the lining down like this, and you're going to top stitch along the lining part. Let me do a quick cleanup. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm just double checking to make sure I have all the layers going the right way. Yeah, okay. I have my pattern behind me, so I keep looking back. Sorry it's shaking so much. That's really annoying. Try to go gentle, gentle. I have my computer on a computer stand, and somehow something got loose on it, and I took it off today, trying to take it apart and tighten it, and I couldn't figure it out. Ellie, I have a hard time with edge painting. The best results I get is if I tape the layers together before stitching, before I edge paint. Yeah, I agree. Taping or gluing them together first. Otherwise, it pulls apart, and the tape and the glue gets in there, and it's really weird. Okay, so now what you have is you have this thing here. You're going to turn it around. Oops. You're going to turn it around, and you're going to take your Decaville piece, and you're going to line it up with your line, and you're just going to go pow. I'll be right back. I'm going to go pow it. All right, I'm done with the heat press. So I can unplug that. Okay. So I've got my Decaville adhered to the back along my drop-in line. Put that aside for a second. Next, we're going to make a slip pocket for the back of the bag. All right, so you just need 3 pieces for this part. Okay, so first you're going to take your back slip pocket and you're going to put it to the, we're basically making like a little accent part. It's going to go like that. So I'm going to go right sides together. And then we're going to top stitch. We're going to turn it out. I might have to be a little extra and switch thread colors for this one step. Will you pardon me if I do that? I'm going to. Because I'm going to top stitch along this brown. And I really like the brown on brown. I think it looks amazing. It will take me 1 extra minute, maybe. But a lifetime of joy in looking at it. I'd say that's worth it. Especially if we do a double stitch. Ooh, mm, 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 mm. Okay. Oops, this bobbin came loose. Shoot. I'm going to unwind it until it looks good. There it is. All right. Your power, because you have to just pow it. That's right. You're going to add to your collection with this one, Ellie. I must admit, this is a goodie. The one I made for practice, I'm in love with it. I think I have to keep it. Not that I need another bag. It's ridiculous. But, oh well. Hey, it's going to be worth it. I promise. Okay, you're going to fold this out. And top stitch it. Twice. Okay. One more. It's begging for it, right? Could you hear it? It says, I want to be pretty too. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. All right. Next, we're going right sides to right sides. And I'm going to be annoying and switch it back to blue. Sorry, not sorry. You have to listen to the bag, and it will tell you what it wants. Sometimes the bag doesn't care what thread color you use. Sometimes it doesn't care if you only give it one stitch, but sometimes it cares. All right. Let's get the blue loaded back up. We're going to finish this pocket. And then we're on to the gusset. Okay, so you're going to top stitch, or not top stitch, you're going to sew right side to right side, that back piece that we just made to a slip pocket piece. It's called the front or the back slip pocket. And you're going to line it up at the top. Use your full seam allowance to go right across it. Okay, now we're going to flip that. Zoop. And we're going to top stitch across the top. Right, Carrie?
Cross stitch it,
Top stitch it.
top stitch it,
Did you say cross stitch it?
across the top.
All right. Here we go. Okay, fine. We'll do another stitch. Twist my arm. Okay. There's our back slip pocket. Looking beautiful. Now we're going to take this piece that we made earlier. You're going to lay it right side up. Okay, and then you're going to put this right side up. And you're just going to clip it together and then just baste it on there. Did you get food, Nisha? Okay, good. Did you get enough or do you want me to make some more?
No.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. My daughter's best friend from Vegas is here for the week. All right. Here we go. We're just going to baste this all the way around. What about this? I need water. Agua. Nice. Okay. Oh, I love these colors. I'm just going to trim away a little bit of the lining. Maybe. I can't get my scissors in there. Look at that. Boom. And then that's a pocket. And that will eventually come over. Okay, so we're gonna put that aside and we're gonna work on the gusset. Hi, Lucy, how are you? So for the gusset, you have a few pieces. Here's our gusset piece, and I've already made some markings. You have a little strap with a rectangle. I just folded my pieces into the middle. Just made the normal connector and then wrapped it around here and basted it. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to baste this strap connector D-ring thingy. Oh, Hazel, you made one. Good, yeah, it is. It's fun and easy, isn't it? And then I have tape on the back of this because I'm going to just attach this. Oh, I just realized I need more rivets. I don't know if I have any gold, but these rivets won't show, so it doesn't matter. Okay. I have a marking that I've already put on here. Okay, and you're just gonna put your connector on it. You're going to baste it at the bottom and then punch a hole and rivet it on. And this part doesn't show, it gets covered up. The rivet gets covered up too. So let me see what rivets I can find. Maybe I have gold. I'm going to use this random antique copper rivet I have. Once again, this won't ever show, so it's okay. I mean, I'll know it's there, and you'll know it's there. So maybe it'll bother us. Maybe it won't. Okay. Just going to get it on there. Rivet it. Just so you've got a little extra strength on that. Okay, like that. And I'm just going to go press that down real quick. Okay. Now, this piece here started off as it's a little trapezoid, and all I did was I folded down both edges so there's no raw edges. Okay. And then I'm going to just take the tape off. I'm gonna have to make some new markings. Let me see. And make some markings of where we're gonna put this. There. And there. Okay, and you're just putting this right over your strap connector. So it just covers it. And I'm just trying to line it up with my marks. I put tape down the sides, but I'm going to sew on the top and the bottom. Uh-oh. I'm so sorry to do this. I have to switch threads again, and I'll tell you why. Because I actually already did the other gusset to save time, but it didn't save time because I have brown thread. So that means this one has to be brown. So much for saving time. Sorry. That's okay. At least it doesn't take forever to switch threads, right? Boop. Boop. I should practice. I should time myself. I don't normally make bags for people like custom whatever, but I had my childhood best friend was in town and she saw my sewing area and she was like, oh my gosh. And she really loves totes. And so I said, I'll make you one if you want. And so she chose browns and blacks and I made her a tote, and she's kind of bougie. And I knew I knew that about her. And so I used 4 different thread colors for her bag. So it always matched. Because there was 2 different colors in the lining, 2 different colors on the exterior. She loved it. Vote for Pedro? Nice shirt.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Like I said, I thought I was saving time by doing the other one, but if I hadn't done the other one in brown, I would have just done this one in blue. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stitch across the top. And stitch across the bottom. All right. Get to the right page here. Yeah, this is fine. We'll leave the brown in for a minute for this next step. Okay, now we are attaching. So we have our 2 gusset side pieces with our connectors on them. And we have a base. And on the base, I have put Decaville Heavy on it. And so we're going to attach right side to right side of the base and one of the gusset pieces. At your full seam allowance. Base. My brown is in because I wanted brown for this part. What? Okay, other side, same thing. Right side to right side. Try not to die over here. Norway, 95 in the shadow. Oh, don't die. Drink water. Find AC. Is there a chance for link to the pattern? Yes, if there's any admins on here, but I don't know if there are any admins on here. But I could link it in the description after. I haven't looked up in a while to see if there's any admins on. Once again, I'm using Tulip Bee for exterior and most of the interior. I have one to ground pocket. Oh, thank you, Amber. Thank you, Amber. If you ever need someone to make nice with the hotel front desk lady so that you can have a party in the common room and not get in trouble, Amber's your lady. We were playing games and being kind of loud, and she just kept going and talking to the front office people and giving them pizza and offering them things. We never got in trouble when we did a California event. It was amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to mark my center of my front panel just so I can make sure I line this up. Mark the center of my base. And I guess I don't need to switch thread yet because this part's not going to show. All right, so now we are going to be attaching our gusset. Right sides to right sides. I'm going to start with my front panel. You can start with either one. Clips are flying. Okay, I'm gonna attach my center first, and then I'm gonna go up and attach my everything else fits. I'm all looking at time. We're an hour and a half in. We've almost got the exterior done, and the interior part, guys, is really simple. I think the longest part will be the drop-in lining and top stitch. Okay. So I would just like center the bottom. Carry pectoral. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Attach the top and then kind of come down and see where your corners go. Now on my last bag, everything actually fit. I didn't have to, ooh, it's gonna fit perfect. I don't have to cut anything. Wowzers. That's pretty cool. It fits. It fits. It fits. It really, really fits. I don't love, I'm sorry, I'm changing this for a minute. I don't love the angle. I just don't. That didn't change a darn thing, did it? I don't. Yeah, the blue is the persuade me not, or persuade me collection. And the brown is that, I don't remember what it's called, Signature Smooth. That's what it is, Signature Smooth. Okay, I've got it all put together and I'm just gonna go around with my full seam allowance. And you are gonna start at the top. Sorry, just a minute. I don't know where my stiletto went. It disappeared into the depths of humanity.
Teddy, don't open the door.
Like, what can I use? What can I use? Try these scissors. Okay, there we go. I was just trying to get around that corner. And without pushing the material weird. Okay. Hopefully those corners worked okay. I was going so slow you probably thought I was oh, the camera on me keeps freezing? Shoot. I wonder what's happening. I wonder if my internet's being weird. Is it which one? Is it both of them? Shoot, I just saw the sewing side is okay. I just saw that one go out too. Hmm. All right, see how he did. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do one more reinforcing stitch, but I'm gonna start a little bit down. Just on the outside of the one I just did. Just so the threads won't pull as much. Okay. Is it still doing it? I wasn't looking up. There's one love pucker. But to be human is the pucker. You know? All right. There we go. Now we're going to grab our other side. I think I didn't mark the center. Let me mark the center of this one. Yeah, that's right. I'm like, why does this look weird? Is that right? Huh. Okay. I'm just gonna have a little drinky drink, okay? Uh-oh, it's drippy. We don't want a Dr. Pepper infused bag. Or do we? Okay. All right, after we do this, our exterior is done and our strap is done. The interior part calls for, it's actually a pretty cool way to make a zipper pocket. I'm excited to show it to you. So there's a zipper pocket that's also a slip pocket. And then there's an optional welt pocket. Now I did try to do the welt pocket on my practice, and I kind of did it and I kind of didn't because I didn't fully understand and I might have messed up. And I watched a few videos. I'm making a cherry cola bag, that's right. I watched a few videos about welt pockets, and welt pockets are pretty cool. But the piece that I had cut out for the top of the welt, I couldn't quite figure out how to make it covered. And so, anyways, I can show it to you in a minute. So it's kind of a welt pocket and kind of not. So I've decided on this one, I'm just going to do just a really simple slip pocket with a trim. I just copied the trim shape from that big duffel we're doing, the Johnny B. There's like a trim piece there. I'm not doing the same method as that bag, but I'm using their trim piece for the top of it. So it should be simple. Inside just has those two parts to it. And then we box the corners on that one. This one doesn't fit quite as perfectly. My center is off. We shall see. You know, I see this soda sitting here right where the flap's going to hit it. I know I'm going to knock it over. I knocked over my paint last night. I was trying to make brown paint. And I looked up and it says mix primary colors. And so I did. And I made a sludge. It was the worst color ever. So it was sitting here. And I told myself, don't sit it here. You're going to knock it over. But then I was trying to figure out how to fix my bag, and I was doing other things. And I had been painting the blue. I thought, oh, I'll paint the blue, which looked terrible. And when it was finally like midnight or something, and I thought, okay, I just need to clean up and go to bed, I knocked over the container of the nasty green diarrhea paint. Sorry, diarrhea colored paint. It was not my finest moment. So I ran upstairs, grabbed a rag, and was able to clean it. Luckily, it didn't get on the carpet. All right, now we're going to attach this gusset to this side. Side had a little bit of extra room in it. So I'm hoping I don't get a massive pucker. Well, puckers are fine. Those are the kinds that you can kind of like smooth out with your finger. And they're made with love. Oh, were Barb and Lori just on? That's awesome. I didn't mean to go at the same time as them. Sorry, Barb. What was I painting? I was trying to paint this flap of this bag and the strap connectors. And I didn't have brown, so I tried to make brown. That was a bust. So then I thought, oh, I'll just use my blue because I had the primary colors. And I thought, surely the next layer will look good. And I thought, man, it doesn't look good because I don't have enough layers on it. And I just kept painting for hours and hours. It looks pretty bad. So I cut it all off. I scrapped my strap pieces. I cut off my flap of this one. I just did another stitch around it, cut off all the excess stuff. And now we're doing it without paint. It's fine. It's fine. There's a big pucker that wants to be born right now. And we do not want it to be born. Today is not your day. Not your day. Sometimes you do have to cut your losses. And it's fine. I learned. And anytime I learn, it's good. I learned that I do not know how to make brown. I learned that the internet says it's easy and that you just mix the primary colors. And I learned that that is false for me. I learned that regular blue doesn't necessarily look good on this blue. I learned that if you leave the lid off of your paint and you think to yourself, I might spill that, I will spill that. So, all in all, a productive evening, I would say. At least I started it off in the batting cage and on the go-karts. So, all in all, it was a pretty good night. Sorry, another pucker wants to be born. It is not your time to shine. No. No. Do you think if I tell it no, it will go away? We did it. The pucker was not born today. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Carol. Welcome. We're just finishing the outside and getting ready to go on the inside. We're making the Joseph by Shamballa. Shamballa. Okay, and now for kicks and giggles, we'll do our reinforcing stitch. And then we get to turn this out. And we get to see our creation. Reinforcing stitch is easier than the first. The first is worst. The second is best. Corners are easier this time around. The reinforcing stitch is better than the first. Okay. Okay. Now, before I turn it, I am going to put, I'm going to put some tape on the seams and cut them so I can fold them out later. Yeah, I'm just going to cut like to the stitch, but not through it on each of these side seams. All right, so I'm making 4 cuts and then I'm putting tape on it because it's easier to get to right now than it will be later. I won't fold them down yet because they might come apart when I'm turning and burning and such. Periwinkle is my favorite color. Oh, of course you love periwinkle. That's very you. I love it. Brown is made up of different parts of each primary color. It's not equal parts. There's a formula I used when I was a hairstylist. I think it's 2 parts red, 1 part blue, 1 part yellow. Well, Tammy, joke's on me, because that is not at all what I did. I just kept dumping more paint. I wasted so much paint. I thought, surely I'll just dump a little more of something. It'll be brown. Well, did I get my machine fixed? No, because I can't get this screw loose right there, and I think I've stripped it. Or I'm starting to strip it. So I'm gonna wait to get a different tool. You all ready for the day, girl? Okay, let me know if you need anything, okay? I'm probably doing this for like another hour
Okay.
and 15 minutes. What am I painting? Cynthia, I was trying to paint this bag. Mistakes were made. Things were cut off and thrown in the trash. It's your royal color. Of course it is, princess dye. Oh, that's okay, Cynthia. I didn't realize that Barb was sewing today. That's awesome. I feel bad that I did it at the same time as her. Okay, so it's time to turn and burn this. Okay, here we go. Let's see what our little baby looks like. Oh, you guys. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. My precious. See how we did. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. No full out puckers. Just a couple love parts that we have to smooth out with our hand.
Hey, stop.
You guys, look at the exterior. Let's just look at the double stitching for a minute. I mean, that's delicious, right? It definitely would look better with edge paint, and I think I will come back and hit it with clear at least, so it doesn't get gross. Wow. What a great bag. Oh, thank you, Becky. Okay, here we go. We're gonna put that aside for a minute. And we're gonna work on the interior. Okay. So this is going to be the first side of our interior. And it's going to be a zip pocket and a slip pocket. Oh, look what I found. Gold rivets. How embarrassing. I guess I had more. Okay. Let me turn my page and maybe actually look at the directions. So we're gonna put that aside for a minute. I need not that piece. I need this. All right. Looks like our zipper needs a little burn. been watching since start on my TV and Barbie with my phone. That's awesome. Look at you. Double doing it. That's talent right there. Okay, so I have two pieces for my pocket. I have my exterior smooth, signature smooth vinyl, and then I have some water resistant canvas here. So I'm going to take my zipper and I'm going to go right side down. And my pocket piece is right side up. So right sides together. And then I'm going to take my water resistant canvas and oops, well, that was fun till it all ripped off. Let's try that again. I'm going to take my water resistant canvas and I'm going to put this right side down on top of my zipper. Zipper sandwich. If I could get the tape off. Cynthia, you're on vacation. Amazing. So what did Lori and Barbie make today? Barbie is the cutest person in the world. I'm pretty sure. And her husband, Tony, is incredible. All right. So zipper sandwich. All right. I've got my zipper in between my two layers. And I'm going to sew across the top. Yeah, I guess I'll keep the brown thread for a minute. That actually works out great. I just don't want to forget to switch it out later when I do the drop in. I definitely want blue for that part. It's sticky. My needle's sounding weird. I'm just going to clean it real quick. You're visiting Alabama. That's awesome. Daughter and grandkids. Always good to see family, isn't it? All right. The Michaela from Deja Vu. Oh, cool. Free pattern. Even better, right? I love me a free pattern. Okay, now we're going to flip this baby out. And we're going to top stitch it. All right. You don't have to worry about your zipper pull yet. It's not even on yet. Oops, I just cut into my zipper. That part's going to be cut off in a minute, but still. Okay, so next you're going to pull up. So you've got this on here. You're going to pull up the right side of your exterior piece and you're going to line it at the top of the zipper. Okay, flip it over. And this tape wants to stay on this. There we go. And then you're going to pull this piece. Free one from So Modern Bags. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to look it up. And then we're going to go like this. And so you have something that looks like this. And you're just going to sew along the top at your normal seam allowance. My thread got caught weird. Just a minute. Let's try that again. All right. Now, I have to think about this. Flip over, bring bottom. Okay, now we're going to go. We're going to turn it. Okay, so you have a tube, right? And then you're going to undo your zipper. So now you can top stitch this side. I wonder if you don't have to turn it. I wonder if you can just like, right? Like, why did I have to turn it and then unzip it? I'll think about that one. Maybe it's just easier to explain that way. Okay. Once you've got that top stitched, it's time to attach your zipper. And I'm going to pull my zipper on, pull it through, and do it again. So the whole thing is closed. You can use a jig if you prefer a jig. Barb, I was just telling them, I'm sorry I didn't know that you were on. I didn't mean to go on at the same time as you. How was your video? How's Tony? Tell me everything. What color? The brown one? Is chocolate an option? Maybe it's chocolate. Is that a color for Tulip Bee? I think it was chocolate. Okay. So now you've got something that looks like this. All right. It's really kind of a cool thing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this. It gives you an exact measurement that it's supposed to be, but it doesn't matter. You're just going to pull it flat so that the zipper is at the top. Okay. And you just want it equal on both sides. And I'm just going to kind of clip this all together so it doesn't shift. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew across the top. I'm just going to top stitch this right there, and it's going to kind of like make it so it's permanently folded right there at the top. Oops. That's funny. Just a second. I had my zipper going, I want my zipper going the other way, so I'm actually going to go like this instead. Ooh, I'm glad I caught that. Okay, try that one more time. I mean, if I would have done it that way, I would have told you it was on purpose. Just to be really clear about that. Hey, Barb, have you made this one yet? The Joseph? It's a good one. I bet you have. You've made everything. Is mahogany the color? I mean, oh, the lining. The pink lining? It's, I don't know. It's Wonderground. It's just a light pink from Wonderground. That doesn't help, does it? They said good for nothing. Okay. So the cool thing about this is by sewing the top, I have like kind of got this pocket into place, but it also is set up to be the top of a slip pocket. So look what happens next. You take this piece here, all right, and you're going to, I need a measure though, I think. Okay, I just found the measurement. Just you're gonna measure a certain measurement from the top. Okay. And you're gonna place this pocket right on top of here, which is going to be act as your slip pocket behind it. Isn't that cool? Here we go. Now we're going to sew this on the sides and the bottom, but not the top because that is going to be a slip pocket now. And then I'll come and trim the zippers, the zipper tape. Yeah, I think this is the coolest pocket. People have really clever ways of doing pockets. This might be one of my new favorite ways to do a zipper pocket. Okay, we're going to come up this side all the way to the top, but not across the top side. Once again, because that is now a slip pocket and we don't want to close it in. So let me trim my sides real quick. Let's grab these ones. The bag is, you're just getting on, it's the Joseph. Isn't that cool? By Shamballa. Nice job, Shamballa. This is my kind of bag right here. Okay. I'm just going to give a little burn to the zipper sides. And then you're going to take your next pieces, which are wings, but they have like notches in the bottom. And you're going to go right side to right side. These are called lining main panel side. All right, lining main panel side has a little notch out of the bottom because we're going to be doing box corners. Regular full seam allowance, and then we'll turn and top stitch. Don't let me forget to switch to my blue before I get to that last step. Okay. Turn it out. Top stitch. It is a 2-for-1, isn't it? All right, now we're going to go this side, lining main panel side with a notch at the bottom for a box corner. Okay, turn that out and top stitch it. I've added that type of pocket, ooh, to the outside. That's cool. Yeah, that'd be a cool outside pocket. So what I'm talking about is, so we've got this zip pocket happening, right? But this is also a slip pocket. Oh, 2-for-1. Okay, now you're going to take this um, contrasting band, and you're going to sew it along the top and turn it out and top stitch. Telling you, there's a theme here. All right, turn this up, top stitch. Who am I kidding? We're going to double top stitch those. Am I right? Cynthia says, when I made this pattern, I did all the pockets and pin holder. It's a fun bag. It is a fun bag. Agreed. Well, thank you, Catherine. I mean, sometimes, right? This one I am. But now that I said that, I'm going to make a mistake. All right. We're just gonna, do a double row. It's begging for it. It says, I want to be beautiful too. And we said, okay. Look at that beautiful pocket. Isn't that cool? All right. We're going to do our other side of the lining. And like I said before, pattern calls for a welt pocket. I tried it. I couldn't get the link to work. There's a link to watch to how to make it, and I couldn't get the link to work. So then I was just searching anywhere on the internet, looking. And I attempted one, and it kind of worked, and it kind of didn't. So we're going to do a slip pocket. So I just have just a long piece. Mixing drinks while sewing. A little bit of water, a little bit of Dr. Pepper. Okay, so I'm going to sew this right sides together. I have to think about this for a minute. Just the sides. I thought, what am I doing? I remember. Just the sides. And this is the piece that was, oh no, I miscut a piece, so I just used it for this. So I did it 8 wide and 12 long, and then I folded it. So 8 by 12. Did you miss a lot? Well, you didn't miss the best part, which is the ending. But yes, we've done the strap, we've done the exterior. We're on our last piece of the interior. And then we're going to box our corners and drop it in like it's hot. Okay, so I just cut out a trim piece because we just did our wow, words are hard. That bag we did the other day. It's a big one and it's a duffel bag. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Anyways, this was on another bag, this trim piece, and I thought it was really cool. So I'm just taking this on the unfinished side. What is that called? Johnny B, thank you. Wow. This is a trim piece from the Johnny B. I thought it was a cool shape. So I'm just taking it and I'm folding it over my raw edge that I have here after making this. Okay. We're just gonna go boop, boop. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna sew across the top first and then I will come and go around the edge of it. Okay. So I think I'm going to cut the side. I'm just figuring this out as I go here. And I'm just gonna come around the rest of it and just sew it all together. And we're just gonna follow the shape. I might have missed a little bit. Did I? Now I caught it. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right, so we just made a little pocket and we're gonna take our lining and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the same measurement I did on our other piece. So it's placed in the same height. And find the center. Hi, Annette Harris. Oh, thank you. I like these colors too. It's kind of fun. All right. Let's see how to mark this one. I'm just going to try a little silver. Just a little spot of silver. And I'm going to go boom, boom, boom. Okay. And now I'm just going to sew around the edges. I might put a little bit of tape actually. Let me clean up. Where'd I put my skinny tape? Skinny tape. Oh, there it is. Found it. Let me just put a little bit of tape so this doesn't shift. Weird. like blue stuff on this. Okay, here we go. Centered, I have a line drawn here. Just gonna make sure it's and we're gonna go down one side, the bottom, and then up the other side. And I did put tape in here, so I'm just gonna wipe it a little bit. Love all the vinyl accents. Yeah, her thing calls for vinyl accents, and I think it looks really cool. I suppose you could divide this pocket if you want, but it's not that big to begin with. But if you wanted to use it for more pens and pencils, it would be amazing. But our front slip pocket does have pens and pencils. A spot for those. All right. You had surgery on your foot. Oh, dang. That makes sewing difficult, doesn't it? I hope you are healing. Hey. Try not to sew across the top because then you won't have a slip pocket. You will have a piece of art. Just hitting my threads there. All right, so now we're going to take our accent vinyl piece. If you wanted, could just sit at the bottom of the bag where you would line it up at. I always overstuff my pockets and then always pull. Oh, yeah. Good thought. Good thought, Teresa. Saying you could actually kind of take it way more down here, like line it up at the bottom part. That's a great idea. All right, we're putting our top accent, it's called contrasting accent piece, at the top with our full seam allowance. And then we will, of course, turn it and top stitch it. And then I am gonna change my thread so I don't forget. I'm glad you're healing. All right. Top stitch this, and of course it has to match all the other bands with a double. For my bag at least. You do not have to. It has double stitching on these parts, has no function except my own happiness. And that's good enough for me. You don't understand those crowns. Yeah, I don't understand them either. There must be some secret algorithm that we don't know about, Cynthia. Your new table's coming today. That's exciting. That's going to make it nice, isn't it? Okay. Now, before I top stitch, I'm going to put tape down the center part of, I'm not going to go all the way to the edges because I still have to sew this together. But when we do the drop-in lining, these pieces need tape, and it's easier right now because it's totally flat. What is with this tape? It's so weird. There's black ink on it. What the heck? Okay. Bye, Nancy. Have a great, great Friday. Oops, I just went to the edge when I said I wasn't going to go to the edge. Well, I'm a liar. Okay. Here we go. First, we're going to go. So we've got our lining pieces. That's the one with the zipper pocket and the slip pocket. And then we have the one with just the slip pocket. We're going to go right sides together. And before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and switch my, oh, that one was almost done. Switch my thread. Tammy, I currently drink usually diet just because the regular is tasting too sweet to me. Zero's good too. All right, we're almost there. We're gonna put these lining layers together, box the corners, and finish taping up on the exterior part so we can turn down the top edge, and then we'll drop it in. Pretty bad. Okay, there we go. I wanted blue. And blue I shall have. Okay. So we're going to go right side to right side, and I'm lining up my strip at the top. That's what I care about the most. I can't remember if it's the same seam allowance. Just a minute. Okay, yeah, you're gonna get bigger. So we start at the normal. And then once I get like past the strip, I'm gonna come in. Okay, same for the other side. lining up my seam on my contrasting strip first. Regular seam allowance at the top. And then once I get to that seam right after it, I'm going to go bigger. Sounding sticky for some reason. I must have just gone through some kind of tape. Maybe, I don't know. My bobbin feels angry. Just a minute. You angry? Don't be angry. Be nice. Oh yeah, it is angry. Just gonna undo some of it and cut that tail off. Okay. All right, now we're just gonna go the bottom at the bigger seam allowance. I have tempted you to get this bag with just the strap. And now the rest of the bag, is it doing it to you? All right. Now, my friends, we are going to box these corners. The first time I made a bag and it said box the corners, I thought, well, I don't know what that means. And I couldn't find what it meant. It was so frustrating. I think it was on a live video. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Okay, so if you've never done this before, when a square is cut out in the bottom, that's because you're going to box it. And what that means is you're going to take your two layers. Now that you've got this part sewn and this part sewn, you're going to pull them apart. You can try harder. Pull them apart. All right. See if we can get that view. And you're going to match them so these seams match up. Oh my word. Okay, like that. And I'm just going to, you can open the seams or you can nest them. I'm just going to nest them. I'm going to squeeze them like that. Like that. Okay. And then you're just going to sew across that. That, my friends, is boxing a corner. And the instructions told me to use a larger seam allowance on the lining, so I'm going to box it with that larger seam allowance. And sometimes you have to kind of squish your bag to get it to lay right. Zoop. Okay. I'm just going to do a reinforcing stitch. Just to the outside of the one that I just did. All right, just to give it a little bit more strength in case we overstuff our bag. It will be able to handle it. All right, other side, same thing. Pull your corners apart and just lay them seam to seam. And either open your seams, maybe I'll try them both ways. Open your seam or nest your seam. Yeah, we'll do one way and one the other. Actually, no. because it will make my other seam messy. I need to do them both the same way. Okay, I'm gonna nest it just like the other one did. There we go. It's such a small box, it's hard to get my hands on it. Oops. All right. Here we go. And one more stitch along the outside for good measure. And then we're gonna trim it just a little bit. You don't have to trim it. You don't want to. You just don't want to trim the top part, like the top part where we did our normal seam allowance. All right, we're just gonna go. Bzzoop, bzzoop. So I'm not gonna trim up here. I'm gonna start below it. Okay, cool. Next, I'm going to do the same thing I did on my other, on my exterior, and I'm going to put a little piece of tape on every single side seam right here. And then I'm going to snip into it without going through it. I hope I didn't go through it just now. Oh, phew. Famous last words. Okay, and this one I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off. And open it. And make it flat. I'm like, I don't even know if she says to do this. Oh yeah, she does. Okay, it just helps it for the next portion of it. Okay. Open up these seams. Okay, now the reason why we put tape here is for this next part so we can fold it down, and I'm just going to put tape on the side part too. Right here. And right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and fold down to this line that we had drawn. Fold it down, press it with your fingers. You want to do it as even as you can so that the next part you can really line it up with the exterior and it won't be all funky and wavy. This is it. We're in the home stretch, my friends. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Can I finish this whole bag in 3 hours? I think we can. It helped that I did the flap beforehand. And the magnetic snaps. Stuff like that's just time consuming. Okay. We're about there. I'm gonna take my handy dandy seam roller and I'm just gonna help stick this tape down with a little pressure and make that folded part kind of crisp, especially right here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna beat it. That side seam. Sorry for the sound. Yeah, it's me. Sorry. I'm beating my bag into submission. No. Everyone calm down. Everyone just calm down. Okay. Let me clean up a few things. Because now we're going to do the same thing to the exterior. So I didn't put tape on this one yet. I didn't think about it. We did put tape on the sides though, so that's good. So let's go ahead and fold our side seams in first, and then we'll put tape. I know it's hard to see. I'm taking tape off of these seams and folding it down. This is pretty. This blue is really pretty. I'm not sure how it comes off on camera, but I was seriously pulled out so many different color combinations trying to figure out what to do. And I loved my practice one. I loved the way it looked, and I was trying to think of why I liked it so much. And I think I like it because I'll show you. Because this material has a, I don't know if it shows very well, but it's kind of, it's not just one color. Like there's very, it kind of looks like there's little mini veins or something. And I think that's what looks so cool. So I was trying to find, and I found this one. And when you look at this one in person, it kind of does the same thing. That is why. Okay. Take these. Yvette's favorite color is blue. Looks like royal blue. Yeah, it probably is actually. If Diana is there, she thinks that she is royal. And my glasses are a royal blue too. See? Got an Amazon pack that came in different colors. I thought, why not? I just need glasses all over the house. Cindy, blue's your favorite color too? Wow, a lot of blue fans. Nice. I think blue and brown look really nice together. Okay. I've got my side seams down. Now we're going to throw some tape on all of this. You are here? Princess Di says that she is royal. So this is your color. She was at our Swag Dash Colorado and she introduced herself as Princess Di because she said she was a princess. And she really is. In all the ways. Oops. Okay. One more piece of tape. First time watching. Love the bag. Well, Sherry, you should come back when my sister does a video. Hers are much better. I am the comic relief once a month. But she's got some great, great bag knowledge. All right. Now I'm going to what I'm doing. But I have a line at the top of this, and I'm just folding the top down to the line. Ah. Big phone, big hands. So I'll show you. My big phone does fit in the front phone pocket, but the front is actually one big slip pocket. So any size phone will fit in this one. I haven't used the other one yet, so I don't know. But I think so. So I'm just taking the tape off of all of these inside parts and folding this top down to meet it. One more piece of tape. It works, Diana. Princess Diana. Otherwise, people call you Diane. I will not be calling you Diane. I'll be calling you Princess. Okay, people, there's going to be loud noises again. Okay, I'm going to take my seam roller again. I'm going to roll and pound. I'm just trying to get those seams to lay down a little bit. Where the gusset is. Okay, now for this next step, we could tape it together and sew it, or we could clip it together and sew it. On my other one, I only clipped, I didn't tape. But I think I was really lucky that it didn't ship. So we'll see how well it fits in there and I'll decide. All right, so this is the front of my bag. And so I want my zipper portion to go in the back. So I'm going to put it towards the back. And we're just going to slip it right in. I really like drop-in linings, I've decided. Okay, we're going to do our best to center the sides first. So the outside has 2 seams and the inside has 1. And so I am just trying to get that 1 centered between the 2. It's not like other bags where you have 2 seams on both. Okay, we'll see how we do here. I bet you like drop-in too. Yeah, I do too. Why is that? Why do we love it? Is it easier? Maybe it's easier. Okay. Just try to center this. All right. Yeah, because there's no massive turn and burn. That is nice, isn't it? Agreed. Okay. Now, if I was smart, I would have marked my centers somehow with a pen so I could then line up the centers here, but I'm just going to kind of pull it. Oh, I see some silver. Get off of there. So I'm just going to kind of pull it with my hands and see where it wants to be, and then I'll work it in. Do you want to be there? Tell me yes or no. Yeah, it's fitting pretty nicely. There's a little extra, the lining, but I'm hoping it will just kind of work its way in here. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm getting excited. It's so pretty. The colors are gorgeous. You're really smart. Get a cylinder arm. No, thank you. I'm sure it's great, but okay. There we go. So now I'm trying to decide if I want to go from the outside or the inside. I actually can't remember what I did on my other one. I think I'm gonna go from the outside. We're gonna do it. Take a little swig. Bueno. All right, are we ready? This is it. I think I did. I'm like, did I go from the outside? Was I able to do it? I don't know. Now I don't know. Give me just a minute. No, I'm using a. Oh. I am so glad you said that. I was thinking, dang it, the blue's gonna look up on the brown. Give me a minute. I have to think whether I actually want to smash this and go from the outside. Will it even smash enough to do that? Or if I should just go from the inside. New plan. We're going from the inside. Turn it inside out. You turn yours wrong side out. Oh. Well, that'll take too much time on this video. Guys, I'm making a decision right now. I'm going to use brown on the top. I'm going to go from the inside. There'll be blue on the bobbin. And it's just going to be a piece of art, okay? The other one worked out, but now I can't for the life of me think which way I did it. I didn't even think of using two different thread colors so that it would match. Thank you. It's a great suggestion, Mimsy. Hey, I'm going from the inside, but I'm using brown on the top, blue on the bobbin, and we're all just going to hope that this works out. Are you ready for this, everyone? Are you scared? I'm not scared. Okay. This is go time. My, oh my, get in there. Cute little thing. Okay. Here we go. It's working. It's working. Oh no, I just pulled it out. Come on, Susan. You can do this. Put it right back in where it was. I accidentally forgot that my needle wasn't down, but I just put it in the same hole. It'll be okay. And just squish it into submission, okay? With love. All right. I'm coming around. I'm around the mountain here. Just don't want these threads to get caught up, so I'm trimming them real quick. Okay. All right. Well, you guys, it worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. Okay. There it is. There's the top stitch, and then you can kind of see. I don't know. It's easy to see or not. Oh. Yeah, you can see that. All right. Let's see. What do I need to do? Do I need to trim something? Oh my gosh, are we, that's it? Okay. Let's get the strap on it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here's our strap from the beginning. I don't know which camera to look at. Huh? Huh? Okay. Oh. Oh my, it's beautiful. Oh, I love it. Oh. It's so pretty. Are you kidding me? There we go. There we go. Here's what I'll do. I'll take just there. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay. There it is. There it is, you guys. The Joseph by Shamballa. I definitely need to come back and treat the edges of this. The edges are angry. So I'll put like some kind of a clear coat on it since the edge painting didn't work out. There's the base. There's the back slip pocket. Bam. And these beautiful strap. Wow. She did a great job with this bag, didn't she? What a great design. Thanks for watching, you guys. That was a lot of fun. No one died. There we go. There's our zip and our slip and another slip. Zip and a slip and another slip. All right. Well, my friends, how do we do? 2 hours and 54 minutes. Boom! I said to myself, I will sew for 3 hours. And after 3 hours, no matter where I'm at, we're going to pause the video. Oh, thank you guys for watching. That was really satisfying. I could make those kind of bags all day. All right. Hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend and keep cool. Turn the AC on. Okay. All right. We'll see you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.